Good morning. Welcome to our first webinar of the semester. My name is Katie Knabel, and I'm a coordinator here at the International Center.
My name is Xing. I am a student from Information Technology and Management major.
Yes. So, again, these are who we are. Xing is representing our Friendship Association of Chinese Students and Scholars, and that's typically called FACS.
Yeah,
and
FACS. Yes,
he is here to give a student perspective on all the topics we're talking about, the top 10 reasons to attend UT Dallas, because we really hope to see you all here at UT Dallas next semester. Just a few things about the webinar. If for some reason you have any issues connecting or you get kicked out of the room, just exit the room and restart Blackboard Collaborate. We usually recommend using Mozilla Firefox or Google Chrome as your main browsers. Those seem to work best with this system. This session will be recorded, and we'll post a PDF version on our website. So it's the same website where you went to join the webinar. And then the recording will be on YouTube. But there will be a link for it on the webinar's website. Don't worry. You can see and hear us, but we cannot see and hear you. So don't try to talk. We won't hear you. Just a little bit about the agenda. So first, we're going to present. That should take maybe 20 minutes. And then we'll have a Q&A session. So this is when I'll turn on the chat function, and you'll be able to type in the chat box. And then Xing and I can answer any questions you have. If we can't answer them, we'll tell you who can, and we can direct you to that information. And then we'll have a small closing for about 5 minutes, and I'll keep the chat function open. And so if you have any feedback or anything you'd like to suggest, please feel free to do that, as we always want to improve the services we give to students. Okay, let's get started.
Let's get started. Sounds awesome.
Yeah. So, first reason to attend UT Dallas is we are #1 in Texas for our international student population. This is from an article in 2017, and we're the 9th largest in the country. It's really nice because you won't be alone. You won't be the only international student at UT Dallas. It's fun because you'll get to meet students from your culture and other cultures. Did you have anything to add?
That's right. I really enjoy hanging out with friends from different places, and this is a wonderful experience. Like, you went to US and you can meet friends from everywhere. Yeah.
Yes. One of the nice things about UT Dallas is that we have so many different resources to assist you. So many different experiences for you to have during your time at UT Dallas. Something that you'll see constantly is that we have events to participate in, student organizations, which I'll talk about in a minute. And so there's always something for you to do and learn here at UT Dallas. It's not just about going to school. A lot of UT Dallas's mission is to make sure students are very well-rounded in their education. So you get to join organizations, you could do leadership activities, or you could just have fun and go to parties that we host on campus. There's so much to do.
Mm-hmm. Agreed, totally.
Yes. So our #2 is that we have been top-ranked for many different reasons. Mm-hmm. So I have these listed. You can see that we were ranked #32 of the best college values in the U.S. in 2017. And this is from a list called Kiplinger's Personal Finance List. So this basically means what you're paying for UT Dallas, you're going to get a lot out of it. So I know it sounds expensive to go to a university, but we're #32 in saying that your money that you pay is absolutely worth it. Additionally, we're #37 in public universities for the best value. This was in 2016. And so this is a little bit different from the top one, which is the best college values, because this is only among public institutions. So those are institutions that have funding from the different states that they are in. So it doesn't include the private universities that are self-funded. And in 2017, according to the Princeton Review, a very important review list, is that we were one of the top colleges that pay off. So like I said, for the number 32 top one, your investment in an education is absolutely worth it at UT Dallas, which is similar to the last one. We are number one for the top MBA programs where graduate students make more than they owe. And this was from 2017 from the U.S. News and World Report. So this is really great. So I know that a lot of students pay a lot of money to come to UT Dallas, and they have a lot of loans that they have to take out. I myself took out college loans when I was in college, and it's always kind of anxious to see how long it's going to take you to pay those off or what you're investing in. But this is nice. If you're an MBA student, so a Master's of Business Administration, you will most likely make more than what you owe over those over your salary.
Yeah.
Yes. So you might have already researched this, but we are very well ranked in education and research. We have a lot of students who get research assistantships. We have over 570 tenured and tenure track professors. So this means professors who are very skilled at their job, and they achieve tenure because then they get to keep their job and they can continue teaching at UT Texas, Dallas. This also includes the Nobel laureate, Russell A. Holtz. So a Nobel laureate is a very highly ranked professor. And so this means that they are an excellent professor, they have the top reviews, and it is an honor to have one at our institution. And so Russell A. Holtz was at our institution for several years, but we've had multiple Nobel laureates at UT Dallas. So clearly we're doing something right because these professors want to come and teach at our school. We also have 6 National Academy members. So similarly to the Nobel laureate program, National Academy is a ranking system for professors. And so we have 6 different members here at UT Dallas. So that's a very good bragging point for our school because students can be able to learn from these professors who are the top of their field. And this is something that a lot of students don't realize. We have a lot of intellectual diversity. So we're top ranked in business, engineering, and science programs. However, we also have arts and technology programs, communication classes, all sorts of different coursework and programs that you can be involved in, which gives us a great diversity. I know some of our top ones are business and engineering and science, but there's such a diversity here that you'll really be able to learn from other students and other classes. This is a big one that students want to know.
Yeah.
So we have many international sponsorships and scholarships. So we do have sponsored students here at UT Dallas. Those are students who are sponsored by their government or non-governmental organizations, so some education organizations back in their home country. And they sponsor these students to come to UT Dallas because they know that what they're learning will eventually contribute to their home country, the economics, the education in their home country. So if you're interested in finding a sponsorship, you should contact these organizations in your home country to see if they offer them and how can you apply for one. You can find a list of our current sponsors. These are the different organizations and governments that sponsor students. I have the links here. When you can look at and download the slides, you'll definitely be able to click on the links because the hyperlinks should work. I also have a list of the scholarships available. You can see it says utdallas.edu/finaid/scholarships. This is a list of the different scholarships you can apply for here at UT Dallas. There's also sometimes ones available through cultural student organizations. Sometimes they connect with other organizations, so you have scholarships. You can find those as well. Contact some of your cultural organizations. And you can also contact your academic department to see if they have specific ones just for your department. I know a lot of students find ones like that. It makes the competition a little bit easier because it's less students, not the entire university, applying for them.
Yeah, I know. There's a. I'm Chinese, so I know there's a Chinese leadership scholarship every year, and this is really helpful for like students from China. And I personally benefit a lot from the scholarship because you got the scholarship, you only need to pay like the in-state tuition. That's like 50% off of the tuition. That's really helpful financially.
That saves you a lot of money.
Saves you a lot of money.
I imagine your family would be excited for that one.
Yeah.
All right, so our next reason, we are a safe campus. So we are #1 in the state of Texas for campus safety and security, and number 23 in the United States. As you can imagine, there are a lot of universities in the U.S., so this is a relief for our students, how safe our campus is. We do have a full-time police department. So our police department patrols the campus. They offer different safety and security workshops. They have self-defense classes for women and men, and these are held regularly throughout the semester. And they also offer many different services. So they offer campus escorts. So maybe if you don't feel comfortable walking to the bus stop from your class at night, it's dark, you can contact the UT Dallas police and they'll have a staff member escort you across campus. I know I feel more comfortable walking with someone else at night. We also have emergency phones throughout campus. So if there's ever a time when you feel unsafe or you need to contact the police in an emergency, maybe your phone isn't working. There's different poles with big blue lights on them all throughout campus. All you have to do is push a button and you'll be connected to the UT Dallas police. And we have a student patrol. So they manage, the UT Dallas police manages our student patrol. And these students, they're graduate and undergraduate students who are hired by the university, and they patrol campus to make sure everyone is being safe. They make sure to report anything they see to the UT Dallas police. And so it's very helpful. And it's a great job that you can apply for. Something else I want to mention is that we have a whole lot of programs and staff members who assist in this campus safety. And so if you report a crime or a threat or anything to a campus staff member, they'll be able to assist you in getting that reported to the police and making sure that your safety is assured. Keep in mind that the UT Dallas Police only works here on campus. However, they have connections with the Dallas Police Department and the Richardson Police Department. I know many students live off campus, and so sometimes the safety workshops will be themed to help you be safe off campus, and they'll teach you different things. You can look at the UT Dallas Police Department website, and they have a lot of tips on keeping yourself safe when you're on and off campus. So simple things like only walking in well-lit areas, keeping your doors locked, not answering your door to a stranger, many things like that to make sure that you and your roommates and your friends are all staying safe.
Yeah, and your safety is definitely the most important issue. If you're going to study abroad, your parents will care about.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate that, like our school have 2 bus lines, and it's really helpful. For me, when the first time I get to Texas, I don't have my own transportation. I was living off campus, and the 2 bus lines can pretty much they give you transportation to many places. Yeah, and that's pretty helpful to me.
Yeah, and he brought up a really good point. We do have a free bus route on campus. It's called the Comet Cruiser 883 route. And so this can take you on from campus all throughout the neighborhoods of Richardson to different apartment complexes. They go to shopping centers and restaurants. There's another line that will take you all the way to the Dallas Area Rapid Transit Station, which is, it's shortened to DART, easy way to remember it. But you can ride the train to many different locations, even into downtown Dallas. So it's a safe way for you to travel to get to different places. And like he said, it's convenient. You don't have to have a car.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think, like, for students, it's free to take the DART.
It is. Yeah, that's a benefit of being a student. You can apply for a free DART or train pass, and this lets you use all the trains and buses from the DART system. And so all it is you apply and you get a little sticker for your UT Dallas ID, and that way when they ask for your ticket, you can just show that. Mm-hmm. Saves you a lot of money because it's usually about $5 per train ride.
Yeah.
So I'm jealous. I can't get that. This is one of the best things. So I talked a little bit about this. We are in a desirable location. So you probably know we are located in Richardson, Texas. So it's just a little bit north of the central Dallas, Texas. So Dallas is a huge city. So you can see it's about 22 kilometers from downtown Dallas. You can always take the train. You can drive if you want to rent a car or take an Uber. There's so many different companies and businesses in the area. One of the nice things that I found is that there are more than 5,000 businesses just within our telecom corridor. So if you're looking for a position that supports that, there is a good chance that you will find one. And we also have some really good local restaurants, stores, sightseeing. I have a picture of downtown Dallas on the screen. You can see how beautiful the city is. And like we mentioned, these are so easy to access through public transportation.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything that you like about Dallas?
That's the thing I like Dallas, is that Dallas really diversified. I'm from China. I always been missing like the Chinese food, and I can always find the Chinese restaurant in the Dallas area, and some of them they are doing even better than the restaurant in China.
Yes,
yeah.
You can find dumplings and hot pot, all sorts of good stuff.
All the things you want, and definitely for any culture, I believe there's lots of things that you may want to find. You can find it in Dallas.
Yes, I know there are a lot of Indian restaurants and Indian grocery stores. I know sometimes you'll get homesick and you miss your mom's cooking or food from your home country, yeah. So you can cook that yourself. Maybe you can teach some Americans all about your home culture food. Mm-hmm. I know I like to go get Chinese food, and I've eaten lots of Indian food. Samosas are my favorite.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's one of the nice things about Dallas. Something else that I just want to mention, I didn't put it on the slide, is we're also very close to Fort Worth, which is another big city. Mm-hmm. So Fort Worth is a little bit different than Dallas. It is more what you might think Texas is from watching movies. It's more Western, and so you might see some people dressed in cowboy boots, some horses. They always have a big stock show and rodeo every year, which is really fun. And you can take the train to Fort Worth. So there's a different train system in Fort Worth, but you can transfer from the DART to what's called the TRE, the Trinity Railway Express, and you can get to downtown Fort Worth and you can see all the different things there. There's some good museums, a botanical garden, there's good zoos in both Dallas and Fort Worth, and you can get discount tickets to some of these attractions on campus at our Comment Center. So go ahead and explore Dallas and Fort Worth and this area, because it is definitely a benefit of coming to UT Dallas.
Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm. I briefly mentioned student organizations. So Jingqing is a member of FACT, like I said. He's involved in a student organization. Mm-hmm. We have over 300 different student organizations. And I included the website so you could take a look at those student orgs. The nice thing is there's an organization for just about every interest. We have academic ones, so if you want to join one that relates to your major, you can join those. We also have ones that are cultural. I've listed a few of the more popular ones below. And we also have ones that are just social or for a particular interest or hobby. There's ones about ballroom dancing, and there's ones about poetry writing. I think there's even a fencing club where you can learn how to use swords. Sounds a little scary to me, but I think that would be fun. So there's really something for everyone. We also have sports clubs you can join. Maybe you like to play soccer. I guess it would be football for everyone else in the world. Or lacrosse. I know there's a lacrosse club. I think there's a badminton club. So there's so many different organizations. Whatever you're interested in, there will most likely be something for you to join. And if not, you can start your own club. This is a great way to meet friends. So I know a lot of students, they come here all by themselves, they're from a different country, and that can be really scary. And so this is a way for you to make new friends. Maybe you can learn a new interest. You don't have to be a member of a culture to join a cultural organization.
Yeah.
So if you want to join FACTS and maybe you're from India, you can join FACTS. And you can, yes, you can enjoy some Chinese food and learn all about the Chinese culture. I know that's interesting to me to learn other cultures.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm good at my job, which makes it really fun. Something that's really nice about joining a student organization, there's a secret that a lot of international students don't know. Employers really like to see that you're involved on campus. And I know in a lot of countries, being involved outside of classes is just not normal. You don't do that. But UT Dallas and most US universities really emphasize that type of involvement outside of the classroom because you'll learn skills that are helpful for you in the future. So you'll learn teamwork, you'll learn leadership, you'll also learn customer service, you might be able to practice marketing. So many different things that you can include on your resume to show your future employer that you are able to contribute to their organization in ways beyond what your major is and what your field of study is.
This is really true. Like your future employer will be always interested in if you participate any organization other than your academic started. They want to see if you have this leadership potential, if you have the communication skill set, the people skills that can connect to encourage people. That's all really important. Yeah. As a member from the French Association of Chinese Students and Scholars, I really appreciate that school really support our cultural organization. So I came to US alone, but I never feel lonely here because you feel like at home. And if you are a member of this organization, that your members, you will work together, you will develop the event together, and this is really enjoyable moment. I'm in Dallas.
Yeah, it's very fun to be able to participate in those organizations.
Yeah.
I played lacrosse in college because I just joined it even though I didn't know how to play. I wasn't very good, just so you know. But it was fun. I met a lot of people.
Yeah.
All right. So UC Dallas also has a lot of different housing options for students. So we have on-campus housing, and we have 3 different types of on-campus housing. One is the University Commons. So this is like a traditional dormitory or residence hall. You might have seen this in your home country's universities. You're in one big building and you have a room that you might share with a roommate or 2 roommates. I think our University Commons actually has suites. So you have 2 bedrooms that hold 2 people, and then you have a small living area and bathroom. This is mainly for first-year undergraduate students. This comes furnished, which is really nice, and you get to participate in a lot of different events that go on just for your residence hall. Excuse me. We also have University Village. Most upperclassmen, graduate, or PhD students prefer to live in one of these last 2. University Village is apartments, so it's on-campus apartments. Very convenient because they're so close to classes. You don't have to take the bus to get here or drive. You can just walk. University Village is not furnished. So just keep that in mind. You'll need to find your own furniture. However, you still have the ability to have your own apartment. You get to have a kitchen that's personal to you, so you can cook your own food. We also have the newest housing option, which is Canyon Creek Heights. So Canyon Creek Heights just opened in fall 2017. So it is brand new. Excuse me. This is also apartment style for upperclassmen, graduate, and PhD students. I know a lot of you are graduate students. And this apartment actually comes with furniture. So it'll have a bed, a desk, a chair for you, most likely a dresser for you to store your clothes. And that's really helpful because you don't have to search for furniture and worry about that when you're first coming here.
Saves you a lot of travel.
Yes. Yeah. Our university also offers temporary housing. So if you're a new student coming for fall 2018, this is so helpful. I know sometimes you don't have your apartment or your lease doesn't start until a few days after you arrive. So the nice thing is we have temporary housing that's available from July 21 through August 9. So that's a few weeks. July 21st is, of course, one of the first days that you can come to the country, as you can only arrive 30 days prior to the start date of your I-20, which is the first day of classes. And they're offering this temporary housing for $33 per night. And you'll get a furnished room. You also get linens. This is great because you don't have to go to Walmart or any store to buy sheets and a pillow. Your linen packet will include sheets, a pillow, a towel, and then I think there's one other bonus item which is going to be in there. And so this is given to you along with, or your $33 pays for that room and that linen packet, and then you get to keep that linen packet when you leave, which is nice because most sheets actually cost more than $33 for a set.
Yeah.
Yes. If you want to submit a request for that temporary housing, you can go through the link that I have listed, or you can also go to the housing webpage for contact information and ask them questions. This is nice because, I mean, you can just tell them when your flight gets in and what time you'll be arriving to UT Dallas, and they'll give you a phone number, and someone will be able to meet you at the location and let you into your space, give you your key, give you your linens, and that way you can go to sleep because you'll be tired, I imagine, from flying, and you don't have to worry about where you're going to stay that night. So we also offer airport pickups. This is always a concern of students, is how do you get from the airport to UT Dallas? The DFW airport is about maybe 30 minutes drive, maybe 45 from UT Dallas, and the Dallas Love Field is a little bit closer, maybe 20 to 30 minutes. Most students come to one of those airports. Those are the two main airports for Dallas. We have many different community organizations that offer free airport pickup. And so I listed a website, UTD Big Howdy. And so our Big Howdy program is student organizations and community volunteers who collectively have a list of all students who want to be picked up at the airport, and then they pick them up. So as part of FACTS, FACTS is one organization that participates in UTD Big Howdy, and they try to pick up all the students from China. ISA, our Indian Student Association, does the same thing. So they try to pick up a lot of the students from India. It's nice to be able to meet people from your home country when you arrive.
Yeah.
Like I said, you can just go to utdbighowdy.com, and that's a way to schedule your pickup. They have a registration form, and all you have to say is when your flight comes in and then what your flight number and information is, and somebody can be there to pick you up. You'll get some communication about it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you might have to wait a little bit. Maybe there's a person coming in 15 or 20 minutes after you, so they want to bring everybody together, but it's still very convenient. You don't have to pay to get from the airport.
Yeah.
Something cool about Big Howdy is they offer a lot of other things. So they have, every semester they have a kickoff party. It's always a dance party with snacks. It's on campus, and they host this because they want international students to have a fun event right when they get here. So you'll be able to find that posted on their website. We'll also post it on the International Center website once they figure out the date for fall.
And it's always a good way to meet people, especially the first time you get here. Yeah.
Yes, Big Howdy's a lot of fun. And if you don't know what howdy means, I realize that you probably don't. Howdy is how you say hello in Texas. So if you tell someone howdy, that just means hello. It's a very friendly thing to say, and that's why they call it the Big Howdy. It's the big hello.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite things about UT Dallas. We have a global alumni network. So there's over 100,000 students, well, former students, alumni worldwide. And there's chapters in many different countries where you can connect and network. Maybe that will help you get a job once you're finished with UT Dallas. So we have an Indian alumni network. We have an alumni network in Shanghai, one in Taipei, and so many more. So I have the alumni site listed, and you can find a list of all the chapters. You can find one from your home culture. Maybe you move to a different region of the United States for a job later on. You should be able to find an alumni network in that state.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to let Jing-Qing talk a little bit about his top 5 reasons to come to UT Dallas, because he gave me some good, oh, it's top 3, I'm sorry. I can't count.
That's fine. I have more than 5 actually. Yeah. So when I decided to go study abroad, and it's really a big problem to choose the city you want to go. And the reason I choose Dallas, UT Dallas, and because this desired location, because Dallas Forward area is the fast-growing metro area in the U.S. And the good point is they have lots of enterprise nearby. We have Texas Instruments, we have JCPenney, we have Capital One with AT&T, and those companies, they offer lots of opportunities. And so I was hoping I could get a job. So after I finished my education program. And so the second thing I would consider about is the affordability. And talking about affordability, and Dallas must be the good choice. So you wouldn't pay that much expensive living the rent and the gas compared with the city in the East Coast and West Coast. And yeah, so Dallas that's the wonderful choice. And so, but the most important things I would consider about is the quality of this school program. And I'm from the information technology and management. I know our program was ranking 15 across the whole nation at the year I came in, so it's pretty high ranking. And I also know under the JSON, there's lots of programs that are doing awesome, like business analyst, accounting, and finance. They became a STEM major these years, which means if you're going for finance, you will also get 3 years OPT opportunity. And besides JSON, I believe that engineering school was doing awesome. The computer science was awesome. This really high employment rate for students graduate from those schools. Yeah.
Yeah, I really agree with him about all 3 of these things. It is affordable to live in this area. It might be more expensive than your home country, but compared to many other regions of the United States where you might be considering, Dallas is a very affordable place. And like he said, we have so many different large companies here. I know Toyota just moved here a couple of years ago, and that created so many jobs here at UT Dallas. Well, not just UT Dallas, but all over. And I know American Airlines is headquartered in the Dallas area. So that's another place where you could try to find a job, and they have so many jobs available. So it's really nice because of the amount of big companies we have, which helps out our students so much.
Yeah.
All right, well, that ends our presentation. I'm going to turn on the chat function. So if you have any questions, you can type them in the box and we will answer them. I know that many students have questions just about, what are the other opportunities at UT Dallas? Like I mentioned, getting involved on campus is really fun. We have a lot of good traditions at UT Dallas too. And so there are certain programs that happen every single year. International Week is coming up in April, and that celebrates the global diversity of the university. And so we have maybe 10 different events that happen throughout the week. We kick it off with what we call Passport to the World, and that's like a bazaar where you can represent your home country and you can share with the university the music, the food, the clothing of your home country, and it's a competition. So most student organizations really love it because you get a trophy at the end if you win. So that's one of my favorites because I get to taste all the food. I tried Turkish coffee last year, and I tried an Indian curry last year as well. It was delicious.
Yeah. It is spicy.
It was spicy. It was very good.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah. It's like Texas food. Texas food is spicy too.
Yeah.
And our I-Week ends with the Global Talent Show, so a lot of student organizations practice dances and songs, and they put on this big talent show for the whole university, and then of course whoever wins gets a trophy. But that's really fun. That's something that I help manage, and the Global Talent Show is probably one of my favorite events because students get so excited about it, and it's a really cool way to show the university everything about your culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, talking about it, I have a question for you.
Okay.
Yeah, so is there any places interesting you can visit in Dallas area? What's your top 3?
With my top 3? Okay. Well, there is the Reunion Tower, and that's a trip we actually take usually in the summer, in early summer with students. The Reunion Tower, let's see, I had a picture of it back here when we were talking about the desirable location. So if you look down in the middle, I don't think you can see my cursor, there's a round ball in front of the building on a tall tower, and that's Reunion Tower. That ball up there spins, so you can go up to that really tall skyscraper, and you can stand outside on a deck that rotates, and you can view the whole city for 360 degrees. And that is so much fun. It's one of the coolest things I've ever seen in Dallas. I think my second one is the Dallas World Aquarium. This is really cool. I don't even like zoos. I always think they kind of smell because they're animals. But the aquarium is so neat. I've been there 3 times. I took my best friend and my family when they came to visit. The neatest thing about it is there's a shark tunnel. So you can walk through a tunnel that's lined in glass, and you're underneath the water, but you can see the sharks swimming above you. So that's really fun.
It must be a wonderful experience.
So, yeah, you should definitely go.
Yeah, I should definitely go.
Yeah. I think the other thing I really like, it's kind of a smaller part of Dallas, but there's a place called Clyde Warren Park, and that's in the art district of Dallas. And so this is a park in the middle of the city, but they host all sorts of events. So there's almost always some type of band playing music. There's dancing every week, so you can go and you can learn how to salsa or other types of dancing. And it's really just beautiful. You can just walk through and view the trees. They have playgrounds for children or adults if you want to play on the playground. I usually do. They have a small library just outside where you can read books. And they have little places to buy food and coffee. I know something I like to do is just sit with my coffee and read my book outside, and that's a really cool thing to do. How about you, Jing-Chen? Have you done anything really awesome in Dallas?
Let me think. There's a lot of the place you were to go in Dallas. I think maybe the White Rock Lake, maybe that is the one.
Yeah, White Rock Lake is really cool.
It's very cool. And so I can see, last time I went to the White Rock Lake, I see those, there's a lot of sharing bike.
Yeah.
You can get one of them and have a ride across the White Rock Lake, and it's really beautiful. Yeah, it's a place where you can go kayaking and hiking. Like you said, they have a bike share where you can just pay a small amount of money and just use one of the bikes and go on the bike trail so you can explore. It's a really fun place. Yeah, some place for barbecue and even hang out with your friends and families.
Yeah. So, and speaking of barbecue, Texas is well known for its barbecue restaurants. So barbecue is usually slow-cooked meat, sometimes in lots of spices and sauce. You can get barbecued chicken. You can get pork and beef. They have really good size, not really healthy for you, but still delicious, like macaroni and cheese and potatoes. Those are some of the most common ones that you can get with barbecue. So if you eat meat and you like to try different foods, you should try Texas barbecue at a couple different locations. Also Tex-Mex. So have you tried Tex-Mex?
No.
Tex-Mex is called that because it's the Texas version of Mexican food. So we're so close to Mexico that a lot of Mexican influence has come to Texas, especially if you go to the border. But it's still here in Dallas, and Tex-Mex is usually spicy, so it has spices like chili powder and cumin, lots of onions and peppers, and there's all different types of foods with Tex-Mex. One of my favorites is tacos. So that's a tortilla, which is just a flat bread, and it's filled with vegetables and meats and different spicy sauces, and you just eat it with your hands, and it's really yummy. There's also fajitas, which is similar. You usually get different types of beans with your Tex-Mex food, and so a lot of the beans they call refried beans. So it's cooked beans, and then they mash up into more of a sauce, and then they cook them again, and then you get to eat that. They're so delicious. I love beans. So Tex-Mex is a fun thing. It's more unique to Texas. It's spread to the rest of the country, but I think Texas has the best Tex-Mex.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like we don't have any questions. We have a small group today.
Yeah.
So I will continue. Oh, I have a duplicate slide. What happened? I'm going to go through. Okay. So we were on any questions. If you have more questions that you weren't able to ask, or maybe you just need to know something else, you can email my office. Our email address is icprograms@utdallas.edu. If you have questions for facts, you can go to their Facebook page. You can make a post. A lot of our student organizations have a Facebook page, so you can look one up for your home country, and they answer questions. You can find all the events that they do. Sometimes they just post something that's cool about maybe your country here in the U.S. I know recently it was Lunar New Year for China and other East Asian countries, so I think there was some posts on your page about Lunar New Year celebrations. I've seen posts on the Indian Student Association page about Diwali celebrations. So you can always find something on their Facebook pages. So thank you for joining us. I'm so glad that you came to our first webinar. We also want to know how you enjoyed it. So like I mentioned, please feel free to give your feedback in the chat box. Let us know if you have any recommendations. As I mentioned before, you'll be able to find the recordings and the PDF on our website. You can also see past webinars. So we have webinars every semester, and they're all about different topics. So you'll be able to see webinars about paying your tuition and fees. How do you do that? What are the best parts of UT Dallas, not just these top 10, all about housing and selecting housing options. So please take a look at our webinar site so you can find those and share that with your friends. I'm going to tell you it takes about a week for us to download the recording and post it and the PDF, so please be patient if you want to look at that. And we also would love you to join our next webinar. So you can join through the same website where you joined this one. That one is called Meet Your UTD Immigration Advisor, and that's going to be on Wednesday, March 21 at the same time, 8 o'clock a.m. And so this is where we'll have a ISSO immigration advisor and a student staff member who works for the ISSO, and you can ask any questions about your immigration, how to get your I-20, what types of documents you need to submit, what happens next, how to get OPT or CPT. And so you can ask any question you want because they're going to be able to be the experts on those answers. And the student staff member can also give you some perspective on what it was like when she was applying to UT Dallas and gathering her documentation, going through the visa process, because I know that's always a little scary for students because they don't always know. All right, well, again, thank you for joining us. I see that one person has asked to share the PDF. Like I mentioned, we will definitely have that posted on the same website where you went to access the webinar today. But we look forward to seeing you next semester, and please come up and say hello when you see us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. See ya.